Welcome back to Timely Word. Okay, let's just dive right in. We have all been there in the waiting game.
Oh, yeah.
You know that feeling that gnawing anxiety when a promised breakthrough is just
You're just
delayed?
hitting refresh, refresh, refresh.
Exactly. You're waiting for that yes, but the timeline just drags. And in a neurological sense, your brain gets addicted to that feedback loop. So when you get silence, it feels just like abandonment.
And that psychological breaking point is precisely where we find the Israelites today.
This is the ultimate crisis of faith, and
Yeah.
it's completely driven by sight.
It really is. We're in Exodus 32:1. People see Moses is delayed coming down the mountain,
Hmm.
and they just panic.
Total panic.
They completely stop wanting a timely word from God. Now they're demanding a visible God, something they can see right now.
It's the ultimate pivot, and it just goes so wrong.
So wrong.
And looking at the text here, this isn't some polite request. This is basically a riot.
Oh, absolutely. Exodus 32:18 describes this sound of singing, but it's not worship.
No.
The Hebrew suggests it's more like the sound of revelry, maybe even war.
Yeah.
You have this sensory overload, the smell of roasting meat for an idol, the intense heat from the fire.
And that image in Exodus 32:3, it's so violent. People are literally tearing gold earrings out of their own ears.
It paints this terrifying picture of our own human nature, It's
Yeah.
our default setting. When God presses pause, we just have to press play on our own destruction.
We build a God we can control because we're terrified of the one we can't.
That's it.
But here's the thing. Conventional wisdom actually supports them here, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
Leadership is absent. Be proactive. Take charge. Build something. But the irony, and this is the upstairs-downstairs thing that just blew my mind. While they were so frantic downstairs, what was actually happening upstairs?
Well, that's the absolute tragedy of it all. According to Exodus 31:2, while they were downstairs melting their jewelry, God was upstairs designating Bezalel by name.
Wow.
He was filling him with the Spirit of God, with wisdom, and with understanding to build the true sanctuary.
That is just wild. So they think they're being ghosted.
Yeah.
But God is actually finalizing the blueprints and appointing the master craftsman for the real project. They settled for a cheap statue because they just couldn't handle the silence.
Exactly. And this goes deeper than just simple impatience. We have to talk about the root cause here, which is pride.
Okay.
If you look at Job 41, the text introduces this creature, Leviathan.
The sea monster.
Right. And in Job 41:34, Leviathan is called the king over all the sons of pride. The text says his scales are a tight seal. That's an airtight ego.
You can't hook him. You can't tame him.
Not at all. So when Aaron built that calf, he wasn't solving a leadership crisis. He was feeding the Leviathan of pride within the people.
So trying to manufacture your own spiritual high, your own solution, actually creates a beast you can't control.
A beast you cannot control. It's a self-soothing mechanism that will, in the end, eat you alive.
And what's the ROI on that, the return on investment? It's terrible. The golden calf is a depreciating asset. In Exodus 32:20, Moses grinds it into powder and makes them drink it. It literally becomes waste. Now, you contrast that with the gold used for the sanctuary. That's an eternal investment. That is your true net worth in God.
Which connects so perfectly to the psychology of watching that Jesus talks about in Mark 13.
It does.
He warns in Mark 13:6 about false Christ showing up and saying, I am he. It's the same pattern as the Israelites saying, this is your God. That neurological itch for a sign just makes us so vulnerable to deception.
So what's the divine strategy? It's not to just start building things out of panic.
No, the counter move is right there in Mark 13:33. Beware, be alert.
But let's be clear, this is not passive waiting. This isn't like sitting in a dentist's office.
Not at all. It's the active vigilance of a doorkeeper. You're watching, you're ready, the master is coming back. Mark 13:36 warns, don't let him find you sleeping.
So your impatience becomes the raw material for an idol?
But your patience, your active watching, that becomes the vessel for the Spirit.
And the payoff for getting this right is just huge. Look at what Moses does in Exodus 32:32. After this epic failure, he doesn't lecture them. He goes to God and he says, if you will forgive their sin. But if not, please blot me out of your book.
That's the anti-Leviathan. Right there. Leviathan is all self-preservation and ego. Moses offers to be canceled so that the people can be saved.
That's the heart of Christ.
That is the heart of Christ.
So here's the challenge for you today. Are you building a calf because you just can't handle the silence? Or are you preparing the tabernacle because you trust the pattern God has already given you? The timely word for today is this. Watch.